before we go ahead, so as everyone can see, that's Annelise Piers. She's a specialist in special kind of yoga, which is known as yin yoga, and also essential oils and an NLP metaphor therapy. With over 3,000 hours of teaching experience, Annelise combines the therapeutic benefits of yin yoga with essential oils and acupressure, focusing on their impact on the nervous system. Her research, especially in the context of perimenopausal and menopausal women, has explored their role in digestive health, inflammation, and overall well being. And today she's going to share her insights on how yin yoga will serve as a powerful tool in cancer prevention and management. A very, very warm welcome to you, Annalise. And I can see a lot of
Mhm.
hearts and claps also coming in already. People are waiting for the experience. And it's all to you now, Annalise. I would, you can share your screen. So there would be a presentation first, and then there would be experiential session as well. And I would advise all the participants to please, be in the form that Annalise would prescribe you to be, so that you're going to get a good experience of Yin Yoga. Over to you, Annalise.
Thank you, Amarjeet. The pressure. Let me start to share my screen. Um, it was here. Just a second, sorry. So thank you, Amarjeet, and thank you, everyone. For me, this is such an honor, such a privilege to be, able to share because Yin Yoga is something I am absolutely passionate about. And it's something that I have seen, the results in. So, let me tell you how I chanced upon Yin Yoga first. So as Amarjeet said, my work has been with women's health in perimenopause because in my 40s, I rode that roller coaster of, the hormonal disruption and went from doctor to doctor. And of course, their story or their response was, that's just how, it has to be. And I said, it doesn't have to be like this. So I started to research myself and then came across this beautiful book. It is called The Way of the Happy Woman by Sarah Avant Stover. So she was talking about like yin, yoga and yang yoga. And I kept saying, like, what is this? It sounds so body loving. It sounds so intimate. And more than anything, what I loved was that this was based in Taoist philosophy, in the fact that we want to live according to, the natural cycles. So I found a yin yoga class. I went to it and I was crying on the mat. Now, this is someone who's typically quite got it all together, hopefully. And I was like, what's going on? It was a beautiful cry. And so I kind of looked, up at the teacher from under one of my poses, and I saw her sitting there all zen. And I said, you know what? I want to do that. This is how I want to make, a deeper difference with the people that I work with. So long story short, I've deep dived into yin yoga. So what is this? If some of you haven't experienced yin yoga before, what is yin yoga? I'm trying to get my mouse to work. Now, it is different from a hatha yoga practice. If any one of you, is not a yoga practitioner, again, then you're coming with a complete beginner mind. If you have practiced any form of yoga like hatha, ashtanga, vinyasa, over there is muscle engagement, right? So you are engaging muscle. These poses are off the mat. So you're engaging muscle. You have alignment to keep your joints safe because of the height from the floor. In yin yoga, most of our poses are on the mat. So you're allowing for the muscles to relax so that the controlled stress that we put in we call these the shapes. The controlled stress you put on the shape is on certain target areas, and you're allowing gravity to work on these tissues. So we work on fascia and not on the muscle. We also stay still. So we hold poses sometimes for, minute and a half, sometimes 3, sometimes 5. And it's in that stillness that you have, the affects of the practice, which number one is meditative. It can be very challenging to someone who's used to a more active practice, but this can be extremely powerful on the tissues. And I'll tell you why in a bit. Now, when you're looking at yin yoga, and I'm going to tie it into, our neurosystem and its effect on prevention and, of course, the treatment and recovery of cancer, we work with three aspects. So one is the fascia, as I said to you earlier. So what is this fascia? It is everything. It is that connective web that, it innovates the organs, it innovates your bone, your tendons, your ligaments. All of that is fascia. And, it's now the new kid on the block. Everyone's talking about fascia, fascia in injury, fascia in, cancer, wellness and health. It's the science of stretch. So this is the main piece that, that we look at in the yin practice. The second is the chi. So it's the movement of this chi, this energy, and there are different forms of chi that we look at in a yin practice. Then, of course, there is the mental aspect. Now, I wouldn't say, that yin is a direct treatment. Please remember that this is, again, a complementary practice. This is something that, I'm loving what Dr. Biju said. Prescribe exercise, prescribe movement, because in this gentle fashion, you're able to help move chi, blood, lymph through the system. And of course, in the background, you're working with the entire nervous system. So it could be restorative in nature, but there is a difference between a hatha practice, a yin practice, and restorative yoga. So in restorative yoga, we are completely padded up. So if someone there was a question on the chat, right? I mean, what if someone cannot do a more vigorous exercise routine? The practitioner can play between a little bit of yin and a little bit more of a restorative practice. So now here's the science. Yeah. So you all know, and if some of you are new, and this is something you've been hearing all through today, your immune function, inflammation, cortisol, all of these words that have been coming at you, this is what we're addressing through yin. So when you're in a yin practice, the stillness in the body evokes a stillness in the breath. And when the breath is silent, the mind follows. So typically, yin yoga is aimed at moving, you into a parasympathetic nervous system, getting you into a place of rest and digest. So again, it goes back to Dr. Ruhi's presentation about how, the stress just from, again, the treatment or the fear of having, have the disease, the stress affecting your gut. So again, this allows for that rest and digest in your system. It helps you to move away from a constant firing of, the sympathetic nervous system, where the cortisol in the body then is, again, accentuating the inflammation, the immune system dysregulation. So there have been research papers, and these are the links that I've put on the PowerPoint. Maybe I'll send them to the team and have them send them out to you all later. There are also links on the back of my presentation. What about the fascia? So one piece was, how the mindful, still approach allows us to just move into the state of rest and digest. But when you're looking at the fascia, some of you might know this already, 80% of your neurons, 80% is in that fascia. So it's like saying, whenever we've experienced certain things right through our life, there might be a sudden fear or you've had an experience with somebody that's made you feel sad. Maybe it's been a trauma. The body starts to store that in the fascia. And when you're looking at stimulating this fascia in the still, quiet poses of yin, it's helping you, number one, develop like a mind-body awareness. We call it interoception, which means you're in control of how much is too much. You have that ability to control you feeling safe. But it's also titrating emotions that were stuck in these tissues. So there's that emotional release that also comes out through the fascia. Second thing is, with the constant stress that one might be experiencing, this fascia could harden. And when it hardens, I mean, go figure, there's inflammation again, there's dryness in the tissues, there's limited flow of blood and lymph, which is so vital, right? So then again, it's that vicious cycle for the immune system. So when you stress in the yin yoga pose, I'm using the word stress, but it's a good controlled stress. When you release the pose, that's when fresh synovial fluid rushes into the joints. Hyaluronic acid, which of course a lot of us look at for youthfulness, that moves into the tissues and it can absorb 1,000 times its weight in water. So that again is helping you hydrate the joints, the fascia, the tissues. There is elastin, there's collagen again that starts to go where it's needed. So that's the second piece of how vital a yin yoga practice can be in a cancer prevention or even in cancer therapy. The last piece, now this is something that you and I will be practicing shortly. And I can't see anything else, Amarjeet. I can only see my screen and me. So you might have to holler if I'm running over, which I don't think I will. So
You're
as I
perfectly fine.
Thank
All's
you.
good.
Thank you. So, as I said, Yin Yoga is based in traditional Chinese medicine. So, if some of you know Ayurveda, it's a similar system, though our elements, the Taoist elements, are different from the Ayurvedic elements. So, we work with the premise that there are these 12 energy meridians that run through different parts of the body, like the nadis. And these energy meridians support, the yin organs and yang organs. And the 5 yin organs that we have store emotions. For example, the kidney is believed to store the emotion of fear. The liver stores the emotion of anger. The spleen, which is also seen as the pancreas in traditional Chinese medicine, stores worry. So in the yin pose, in the yin shapes, with the breath work, with the attention to where you're applying this gentle stress, you're also moving qi through the system, working with these emotions that many of us, are facing daily. And sometimes we might not even know that this is, what's causing the stress in the background, but our physiology is tensed, or our body is holding itself in a certain pattern, which is again perpetuating this constant flow of, fight, flight. Sometimes we might even shut down. We might move into a freeze state, in response to certain traumas. In that case, we can combine our yin practice with a little bit of trauma-informed yin, which means you want to upregulate or downregulate the nervous system with the poses that you choose. So the energy in the body shifts. And of course, you're also looking at some somatics, maybe sound, maybe vibration, and the breath work. And the goal of a yin yoga practice, as I've said in the past, in the last couple of slides, number one is to help the nervous system. Right? So interchange or balance out a yin with the yang approach. So like Dr. Biju said, exercise is imperative. You want the strengthening, you want the stability, you want, the muscles to be strong, right? But you also need this aspect of a practice, which is still, because it's actually working on the deep joints and tissues in a very different fashion. So have that as, a focus, saying, okay, I'm also going to work with my cellular health through this practice. It can help, someone with the fatigue that comes with your cancer treatments, or, even, the side effects of those treatments. And as you can see, and you will experience this shortly, is the whole resilience. So the human form is meant to be resilient. So yin challenges you a little bit. And that's when you're building that more resilience in the system. So today we can't practice like a yin shape on the mat. So I'm going to give you two experiences of a simple, a simple pose and one of the energy meridians that I would, offer somebody in a larger practice. And we'll also do a meditative practice called the microcosmic orbit. Yes. So let me stop sharing my screen so I can see you. And everyone okay? Everyone
Anise,
okay?
Annalise, that was really, really nice. Just hold on. I think we are going to come into the practice. Just give me a minute to also put myself on the spotlight. Perfect. I can see a lot of hearts coming in. And are we going to get into the practice, and Annalise?
Yes, please, Amarjit.
Yeah, I would want a couple of people on the stage. I've called you upon.
Oh,
I will bring them. No problem, because
perfect.
really virtual keeps us away, right? So all right. So I could see just give me a minute. Amarinder Kaur, okay. I'm promoting you to a panelist. You'll have to reconnect, okay.
Yeah.
Remember, you'll have to reconnect to join. So bear with me. It's gonna take some 5 minutes, okay. So, but please, this is a wonderful practice. You really need to experience this. Manjushri, I'm going to, I'm promoting you to a panelist. Please select that and re-enter. Okay, I will. All right. So Manjushri will be joining. All right, great. Amrinder, have you come in? Anybody else? I'm going to bring you on stage. All right. Just give me a minute. Just give me a minute. So, Manjushri, all right. Please switch on your videos. When you have to be on stage, you have to be with the video. Okay.
Absolutely. I'm loving this. Thank you, Amarjit.
So I am going to add you. Hello, Anjashri. All right. Anybody else? Just hold on there till the time you can chit chat. Give me a minute, please. Um, has anybody else raised their hands? I couldn't see. You can either type on the chat box as well. Anybody? Yeah, somebody has raised a hand. I couldn't find who raised the hand. I'm so
Harika?
sorry.
Was it Harika?
I think somebody raised the hand and then it just disappeared. I hope I didn't do something. Um, all right. Anybody else? Dr. Bharti. Okay, Dr. Bharti. Right. I'm gonna put you on a panelist. All right. Please rejoin in. Okay. We'll come on stage. Yes. Tell me more. Who else wants to come on the stage? Pooja Agrawal. Okay. I'm promoting you to the panelist. Please join in. And once you are in, just send me a hi or something so I know, because I'm actually managing so many people.
I can imagine.
So, Pooja, please switch on your videos. Come on the stage with the video. Hi, Pooja. I am just going to add you. Hi, Pooja. All right. Who else? Who else has come in? I think Dr. Bharti had to come in.
She's here.
Dr. Bharti is there.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. Just hold on. I will be putting you on the stage. Add on the stage. You can switch off your virtual backgrounds if in case you people are not visible. Okay. Anybody else wants to join in? Okay, Piroja. I hope I have. I think it's Piroha. Amarinder, I had put you on a panelist. I believe you did not join in. Okay, and Piroja. All right, done. So we will have Amrinder and Piroja, I believe, or it's Piroha. So brace there for. So Dr. Bharti, you can switch off your virtual background if you are not comfortable with it. Okay, and so I'm just waiting for two more people to join in. Where are the people? So Piroha, switch on your video, please. And there was one more, right? Have I missed the name? Amrinder was supposed to come in.
Oh,
Amrinder,
wait,
please switch on
yeah.
your video. Hello, Amrinder. And last one was Piroha. Okay. So I'm going to put you
It's
on
Firoja.
Piroja. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for correcting me there. There was one more person, I think, Annalise, I think there was one more person who wanted to come in.
I think Dr. Shiv,
Harika and SB, I'm not getting the full name. SB Sivakani and
Devakani.
Harika, you want to come in? Okay. Let me search you.
This
All
is so
right.
fun.
Why not be on stage and experience, right?
Exactly.
Do you like it? Participants, tell me, how is the conference going on in the meantime? Yes, Manjushri, Amarinder, Dr. Bharti, Pooja, Piroja, Harika will be joining in. Wonderful. I really love the energy of the audience. They are really awesome. Harika, right? Okay. I'm going to put you on the spotlight. Hello, Harika. And did I miss someone? Please, please help me out here.
Shivakami,
I
SV Sivakami.
Could you spell it out for me? It would be lovely.
Sivakami.
All right. Okay. SB Sivakami, I am just promoting you to the panelist, and this is going to be the last one who's coming in. All right, you're there. All right, just give me a minute. I couldn't. Just a minute. Have you joined in, Sivakami? I couldn't see you in my screen. Just give me a minute, please. I'm sending you a request to join in. Please, Sivakami, join in back, okay, as a panelist, and I'll put you on the stage. So in the meantime, hold on, please. Just the last one, and I don't think I'm able to see. Sivakami, once you come in, please send me I would request you to please send me a hi, okay? Till the time Sivakami comes in, because I just want everyone to experience this thing, because having an experiential session on a virtual session is always wonderful. And thank
Yes.
you so much for being such a sport, for participating here. All of you, really nice to see all of you here. Just give me a minute. I think Sivakami, I had sent you a request to join in
I think
as a
she's here.
uh, let me try. No, you have not joined in. I have sent you the request. I would request you to please, you're declining to be a panelist. That's the problem. So in the meantime, we're going to start off. Okay. Once you join in, I'll put you there. Okay. So Sivakami, if you can do that, we'll do that. All right. So Manjushri, Pooja, Dr. Bharti, Amrinder, Piroja, Harika, we are really glad to see you on stage. You are pretty much visible, and it's all over to you. Annelise, I take you. I'm going to just pin you so that everyone can see you as well.
Thank you.
All right. If I pin you, everyone moves away. So no problem. All right.
Yeah.
So what are we supposed to do?
I hope this doesn't stop the others who are not on stage from practicing with us.
Yes. We are still watching you. You are good.
And
I'm still looking at the attendees.
and you know what I've picked again? So if you're looking at, say, yin yoga, right? Uh, we're looking at prevention, number one. So that would be like a full-blown, maybe practicing in, 3 times a week, building this kind of resilience in the body, preparing your system and your mind, for better health. If someone is already now struggling, with with the disease, with the side effects of the, the medication and the interventions, work with your doctor and your yoga therapist closely, because there might be certain poses you don't want to do. You don't want to work close to the tumor sites, or you have to keep a couple of things in mind. So what I'm showing you today, and I wish I'd, brought my mat along, but I didn't think we would be able to do a practice. So since Manjushri and Piroja have their mats, and I think the rest of us are sitting, let me show you the variation between, say, an eagle. Oh, there you are, Dr. Bharati. Let me show you the variation between like an eagle arm that you would take in a hatha yoga practice and what you want to explore in a yin practice. So I'll sit a little further back. Now, here we go. So in the eagle arm, you've got your right elbow hooked into your left, and then, the forearms wrapping around each other and the palms meeting. Now, again, yin is a practice where you allow your body to explore the shape to suit the body. So you're not forcing yourself into a shape that your body cannot take. So whether you're, well or unwell, this is the premise, that the shape adjusts itself for you and your breath. So if this is something that's not possible, you reach the arm across the chest and you bring your left forearm to bring the right arm closer to you. Our target area here is the back of the shoulder. So you want to feel a nice stretch or a gentle teasing. You want to hover in a place between comfort and discomfort. So it's in that space. And once you start to soften the muscles, so in a hatha practice, you would do this, you would lift the elbows up, you would engage, right? And you would really activate all of this. Now you start to soften the muscles. Just soften. If you're sitting near your desk, you can even lean forward if that's something your spine can, allow. If you're on your mats, you can just flow towards the floor. It's allowing gravity to draw you closer to the floor. You can use cushions to rest your elbows on. So when you support the joints, then the muscles can relax. So we'll just stay here for a couple of breaths.
We have a few participants even here. I'm just going to put Mr. Siddharth Goyal on the, he has been very diligently practicing. Join in.
Keep softening the muscle so that you're working on the fascia. And the meridians that pass in this area are your small intestine meridian, your gallbladder meridian. So we're actually working with chi, with energy in these organ systems. Right? So not just the emotional aspects, but we're also working with lymph, with blood. And we're staying for a short while today, but typically in an upper body pose, I would keep you for maybe 1 minute, 2 minutes. It takes about 2 minutes for this fascia, which is more plastic, to, feel the stress of the pose, and then release the pose and then relax. So when you come out of the shape, this is when you want to actually be even more still. We call this the rebound. This is when all the magic is happening. This is when your hyaluronic acid is making its sponge work, soaking up all of the fluids. And emotionally too, the nervous system is resetting itself. Let's do the other side quickly. Otherwise, one side will be longer than the other. So again, you can start with a little bit of like a yang, find your edge. And then on the exhale, just start to soften. Keep letting go. Notice any habit body tightening. You tend to tighten in the jaw. Right? So these are all your fight, flight, habitual patterns in the system. So yin is allowing you to be aware of your habit body, to retrain your neural system, to build more neuroplasticity. Keep watching your breath. This is just a taster. And coming back out, relax. Pause when you come out. We've stayed really short. Right? So I just wanted you all to have like a taste of this. Another thing that you could explore meditatively is, so there is and you're going to love this because we're talking lymphatic system a lot today, right? So there is the Sanjiao meridian. It's also called the triple burner or the triple heater. Now it starts in the ring finger. It slides right up the darker side of the hand, up the upper arm, the shoulder, behind the ear into the side of the face. A simple line like that. So sometimes what you can do, you don't have to, if you're in your hospital, like it's not you, but I have people who come to me from their hospital beds and all they're doing is tracing the meridian in their mind, because that's another way in which you can move energy, right? Energy flows where attention goes. So to get into that channel, you can have your hand just hanging down the sides of your chair, the opposite hand just guiding. So you're not applying any, heavy duty pressure. You're just guiding the hand and then letting the head hang there. You want to feel a challenge here, a gentle challenge here. So this is where a lot of our energy meridians run, and you'll see that it also coordinates with, the whole lymphatic system. It's a very, very busy traffic junction. So after about a minute and a half there, I would guide you to find a slightly different angle. And you're letting your hand just hang down, or in the case of the mat, you can stretch that hand out completely, Manjushri. Yeah. And then move your head to the opposite direction. So you're moving energy right along this pathway. And then come back to the center, pause, and then do the other side. So we have about 24 shapes in Yin Yoga. And, with today's more creative teaching, there are variations and modifications for each of them. The idea is to say, okay, what am I doing? Do I need to work on my spleen and my stomach? Do I need to work on, my kidney, my urinary bladder? In this case, we're working with our entire lymphatic system. One simple line like this. So I'm hoping I'll see many of you, reaching out to learn more about yin. And I think that's again what Dr. Biju said, right? Exercise is something that all of us need to be recommending to people in different stages of their capacity. So thank you. Thank you all for volunteering and being here.
Thank you so much.